always assume that the person is innocent and that there's something that in their defense posture that they can put forward that will either mitigate those charges or totally do away with those charges. Never assume a person is guilty. And that's really hard for people to do consistently.
Do you have any idea of how we arrived at the guilty until proven innocent mindset?
Well, it evolved through, God, we're going to go off on a political tangent, but it evolved, in my opinion, through grandstanding politicians who realize that they can get elected and they can have tremendous support. There was a confirmation process not that long ago where there was a lot of grandstanding for a Supreme Court justice. And
Pretty sure I know who you're referring to.
and the it's easy to go out and say, what about the victim? What about their rights? That resonates with almost all the population. When you go out and say, what about the accused and the suspects? That doesn't resonate nearly as well. Those seeking office have used and exploited this by putting forth victims' bill of rights, and all this stuff that they've done to diminish what we can do to defend our clients. That but it's evolved over time. It hasn't been one thing overnight, but over time, more and more things have been stacked up against us. So it's hard for the accused to get a fair trial. And the last vestiges are being totally dismantled with the statute of limitations. You can't get a fair trial with something that's 40 or 50, even 30, 20 years old. And I say the exact same thing, whether it's someone I like or don't like. We had a conversation about a person in Alabama named Moore. You remember that episode many years ago?
I believe so, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about the dude from Alabama, right?
Yes, when he was running, he was a former Chief Justice of the state Supreme Court, and he was accused of, decades later, he was accused of having inappropriate relations as a young man with someone at an Old Hickory House restaurant, I believe it was. And I said, as much as I don't like Roy Moore, wouldn't vote for him for dog catcher, he is to be presumed innocent. Those charges should not be brought against him decades later because he can't get a fair trial. You know, that Old Hickory House has been closed for 30 years. Everybody's disappeared that would be helpful to his defense, and he could never have gotten a fair trial.